Hi then, welcome to my channel called Younique Art. So today I'm going to be talking about elements of design. So if you don't know, elements of design is a visual element that's used to make up the design. They work in relation to one another in a design space. They are known as line, texture, shape, form, color, value or tone, and space. So there's 7 elements that we're going to be discussing today. I'm just going to go over the basics, and then I'm going to have separate videos where I go into detail with each element. So the first element I'm going to be talking about is line. So when you're familiar with basic lines, you know, like horizontal and vertical, you know, but there's actually more to it. There is like certain names for certain types of line. You get stylized line, you get calligraphic line, you get expressive lines, construction lines. Construction lines is usually the lines that you start with when you start drawing. Okay, so the next one we're going to be talking about is texture. Texture refers to a surface feeling, or it can even be an illusion of texture which you can manipulate by using any art techniques. You know, I have made videos of those art techniques, do check it out, such as cross hatching, hatching, frittage, you know, mixed media and so forth. So you can actually create illusion of texture on a 2D surface, and this also makes it, you know, more, your drawings more realistic and so forth. But you can also add, you know, you can apply actual texture like fabrics and cotton, and there's different types of styles, so you need to type of experiment to see which texture, you know, will suit your design. Okay, so the next one we're going to be talking about is shape. So when you think about shape, people usually think, oh, it's a circle, it's just squares and triangles and so forth. But there is such a thing, there is names for certain types of shapes. Like you get organic shapes and figurative shapes and non-figurative shapes. Those are abstract types of shapes and so forth. And you also get negative shapes which work in negative space. So it's not just these basic things, there's actually more to it, you know. And shape refers to 2D. And when you create three-dimensional sort of effect or illusion on 2D surface, it becomes form. So you use shape in order to create form. Okay, so the next one we're going to be talking about is form. Form refers to an actual 3D object, or it can also be an illusion on a 2D surface that has been made into form, which can be done either through shading, which is mostly popular, people use that. You can use different art techniques and so forth. And it also depends on the perspective of how you draw your form. And form can also mean like a cylinder type of shape and so forth. Okay, so the next element I'm going to be talking about is color. Color is probably one of the most important elements in your design. It creates the mood in a design as well. So you use the color wheel in order to help you understand the color relationships and so forth. So the ones we're familiar with is primary colors, secondary colors, and tertiary colors, and obviously complementary. But there's also desaturated color, angulus color. Angulus meaning a similar color that's next to each other on the color wheel. I'm going to be explaining all this when I create the color video with the color wheel as well. So the next one you have is value. Value or tone is basically the light to dark result in your design. It's basically done through tonal variation and so forth, or either it can be how the light shines on an object of something that you're drawing and so forth. You also need to take in mind how light also affects anything that you draw within, because it gives you sort of a three-dimensional feel if you know how to work with light and so forth, and in order to shade properly and so forth. And then you also get for value, you get terms like tint and tone. Tint is by adding white to any color, so tint actually means to lighten a color, whereas tone is where you add black to color, and this actually darkens the color. So tint and tone, or black and white, are not considered colors, they are actually considered value or tonal variation. Okay, so the last one I'm going to be talking about is space. So space is basically how you're going to use the space within the design, you know, where you're going to place things, are you going to overlap things over each other, are you going to let it be flat, what type of color are you putting in your foreground or in your background. You need to consider all these things when you are doing a design. Okay, so I've just gone over the basics of elements of design, but I am going to be going in detail soon. So do check out for these videos coming soon, and also my next video is going to be principles of design. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.